Hey everyone, it's Bert again, and I'm back in my recording studio, aka my front seat of my car. And I won't be looking at you very much so that I can drive responsibly. But the thing that came to mind today was something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, share, and that is my thoughts on trauma. A question came up on Facebook about sharing sexual exposure, early sexual exposure. What was that like? And it reminded me of my story. It's a realization that I came to when I was working through issues, and that is I didn't have any overt violence per se. Nobody raped or violated me physically. But what I did experience as a young child was exposure to pornography. Playboys, and then Penthouse, and things like that. And I was young. I think the first time I saw it I was maybe 7. And to make it simple, I mean, the idea of presenting any child that age with porn, which I'm not saying is good or bad. What I am saying is presenting it to someone that young before they're able to make sense of it and understand the significance of it is harmful. And if that experience for them isn't moderated or managed by adult supervision, for example, then it will make so little sense and possibly be so confusing that it can be traumatic. It will make a break of sorts, such that the child can't recover from it on their own. And it's subtle and it's almost insidious. That has a lot of charge to the word, but I say that because the harm that's caused can't be seen on the outside. It's something that a child will not recognize, and adults on the outside can't see it. That's why we have to properly manage the experiences that children are given, the opportunities that they're given. So, to restate it, my kind of working definition of trauma is an experience that cannot be harmoniously integrated with a body. There are many, many things that I can do now, physically, for example, that I could not have done as a child. But there are still some things that, if I go too far, can break my body. Or in the example I gave before, break my sexual self. And it wasn't until much, much later when I had conversations with healthy, trustworthy people where I could redefine what was healthy. What is a healthy sex life for a person like me? The people I spoke with gave me the room to define that for myself. And maybe that's what a parent needs to do for a child. If there were adults that were available to me when I had been looking at that pornography as a young child, maybe they could have helped me make sense of it and helped me to understand how that could fit into my life so that it didn't make an intellectual break or a break in my sexual self either. I'll probably have a clearer way of describing this, but anyway, this is important to me because I think that I wanted to get it out there. These types of breaks happen a lot of the time, and people don't realize it because they can't be seen. The fundamental breaks that people experience, I'm going to call them trauma. The trauma that people can experience when a significant relationship goes away, whether it's through death or divorce, or somebody just checks out and just disappears and isn't communicative, or does unpredictable things. That can cause trauma in the sense that people can't make sense of it. They can't harmonize it. It doesn't fit into their world to where they can move through it with understanding. People can tolerate a lot of these things. Obviously, I was not physically affected, in my body per se. Even that's kind of questionable. But I mean, my physical body did not get affected by my parents divorcing. My sense of social connection absolutely did. My sense of intimacy and what was possible and what was reliable absolutely got affected. And that was traumatic. That was more than myself could handle at that time. And it required healing. It needed to be diagnosed, seen as an issue, and then helped through, given appropriate treatment, for example. Maybe that was just talking. Maybe it was just awareness. But to just dismiss it and ignore it and say, oh, that was no big deal, I should be able to get over that. That type of response can further the damage. It's like the Monty Python thing. It's only a flesh wound when clearly there's a problem. Anyway, I've been rambling. It's 7 minutes. I love you all. Take care. Bye.